quedé. Ah, no llegué a dormir.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Es que no quiero dormir. La encontraré, lo dudo, pero vamos.
The place feels almost like home now, quiet and dignified around you. A new life by the seaside. You're incredibly tired. The darkness and warmth come fast. You're falling asleep.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head has found a comfortable indent in the pillow. Your legs and your torso feel like lead weights sinking to the bottom of the sea until they're suddenly light.
This respite, you've earned it, brother. Bask in the darkness. Let it swallow you up and swivel you around while you forget everything you've managed to remember. No, this is the one before that. We'll just keep cycling it for you if you don't mind. As long as we can. Spin it like black yarn.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
You're welcome, Harry boy. You earned it.
After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings. But what's this? You actually feel rested. There's no time to cuddle with your pillow, however, or as much as shiver from the cold. The world awaits.
Go.
Bueno, eso duró muy poco.
Yes? Excuse me? Frankly, detective, you are under duress.
The lieutenant thinks you're some...
That's good. Except that I do, detective. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Yes?
What if you did it? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory.
No me... Esto es para sacar el final o algo, porque también estaba empezando a sospechar algo así.
Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
And what has led you to this conclusion? Thus far, your memory loss does not seem to be convenient for you or anyone else, except insofar as you've managed to avoid doing any work. Besides, I doubt you could have taken down a hardened mercenary single-handedly.
See? You're clearly not a man in your prime anymore.
Don't take it personally. It's just that security guards kept on by large corporations tend to be better trained and better armed than officers of the RCM. The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So, while I can't condone your driving habits, the cases remain unrelated. Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is identified and apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So, let's get back to it, shall we?
Pensé que era para sacar el final. Me lo he guardado rápido. No.
Our tenant, the policeman.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official. Hi. I guess you do. What's on your mind, officer?
Quiero que hablar con la chica. ¿Estaría a las 9 o a las 8? ¿Qué horas ya me puedo ir a dormir? El arma. Ah, el arma que cuando el film no esté presente. Ya. Tengo que hablar dos veces con ella, Hardy y la Pama. Ah, ya. Ya. Tengo que hablar con él primero y después con el chico.
It's you again. What is it?
¿30? What the? Hay una señora en estado catatónico en la vieja lonja abandonada al otro lado de la bahía. Necesito tuyo.
What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it? God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Coorong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everott's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig. You're fucking with me. Your gun. She had your fucking gun.
Sure did, boss. Heard him loud and clear. The pigs lost his gun to the pigs.
Well, at least I can see you got it. If you have any questions. Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
The children kept her together.
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? You are already signed up, Cerdo. This guy's seriously damaged.
Nah, don't worry about it, Al. The cops want to dress up and play policeman. Let them. We'll keep doing the real work. Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Be anything else you wanted to know? Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I didn't lie. Not a lot. I've done my absolute best not to.
Come on. She lied through her teeth, and you know it.
It was a mistake. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me out of the shit I'd gotten into. You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
So am I.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
$11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it. She simply shakes her head. She has the training for it. You've known it since she first greeted you here on this roof.
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought Ravishal would be more enlightened about this, especially since you've taken them yourself.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I'm sorry. I withdraw what I said. I didn't mean to judge anyone. Like what? It's not nice.
No, bueno,
but
pero
it's not
tampoco ilegal.
illegal.
No fue
Not
aquí en
here in
Ravachol ni siquiera en
Ravishol.
Orange.
Or even in Orania.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage.
Espionaje corporativo. Me uní a un colectivo de empresas con la intención de traicionarlos. Lo hice suficientemente bien como para que me despidieran. No, como para que me lo pidieran que lo volviera a hacer.
With a bigger company.
Ahora, ¿qué compañía?
The kind you
Es que ni se te pasa
really
por la
don't
cabeza
fuck
meter
with.
las manos. Me
Took
llevé
their
sus archivos
ledgers,
2 décadas de
2
contabilidad.
decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies.
Necesitaré los nombres de las compañías involucradas y el quien la contrató de unos toquecitos.
The job was loose
El
doing
trabajo era en la
county
caja de
savings
ahorros
bank.
del condado de
They
Elysium.
sound small.
Sé que no
They're
son una
part of the
empresa muy grande,
Loose
pero son parte del conglomerado
That was
Loscap.
the second
Ese
job.
fue el segundo trabajo. El
First
primero
was some
era
printer
en una
company.
compañía de
You wouldn't
impresoras.
know them.
No es conocida.
As to who hired me for
En
the
cuanto a quién me
job,
contrató,
I don't
no lo
know.
sé. Pero también
But they're
van
after
por
me
mí,
too. Along with Loose
junto
Cop
con los
and their
sus
friends in
amigos
the
de la
MI.
moral eterna. Una
Once
vez
you're
que
done in
sales
the
del
competitive
embrollo de la
intelligence
inteligencia
circuit,
competitiva, te
you
quedas
don't
sin
have
aliados.
allies.
Es como ser radioactiva.
Radioactive. It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting... A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my
No es
shit you
más que
shouldn't have to deal with.
lo que no tengo que tratar.
You're solving a murder. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
¿De qué?
Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Nunca, hasta ahorita no lo hemos visto a nadie con ese nombre.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Diré que ya... Mira. Los cambios chicos de Java.
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth.
You have to understand, the people around here, No one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravachol.
Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer, and it makes you sweat.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. I told you I'm a horrible girl. I told you things break around me.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her. But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming, with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. You've been breached, bulwark. You've been breached like 1,000 times now. So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your content? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now. As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate. You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere. Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go. No. Communism killed him. Remember? Love made it possible. You know this much. She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me, or that it was chemically induced and not real. Easier that way. I don't know.
There's a nod. The smallest of nods.
¿Qué tenía que comentar? Teatralidad.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous? You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Hello, officer.
No, me lo voy a
What
tener que
brings you up
subir.
here again?
Pero me lo devuelven. Intelecto, algo que me sube el intelecto, el cigarrillo, ¿verdad? Sí.
Hello, officer.
Que no
What
tengo.
brings you up here again?
Tiene que ser mano a la derecha. Ah, tengo que liberarme las dos manos. Ah, sí, si no me la libero no la puedo usar.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Déjame gastar. ¿Es un bug o algo?
Hello, officer? What brings you up here again?
Déjame fumar.
Sure.
Tengo que darle el número.
The record.
No me
So
lo deja.
official.
No me lo deja.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
What?
You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old?
58.
58. You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
Al laboratorio.
Hello, officer?
Ay, no quería hacerlo.
Hello?
Teatralidad. No. Tac. Devuélvemelo después.
Hello, officer? What?
Who? What?
Foto
Dear
abrir.
God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy.
Relájate, no te
Don't
pases
overcompensate
compensándolo.
with this course correction.
Como un cambio de
Ask
rumbo repentino.
questions
Pregunta
first.
primero.
See?
Volverse hacia el teniente.
There may be grounds
Tiene
here,
que haber pruebas por
at
aquí.
least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir.
No podía dejarme
I
de
couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied before, like I did at LCSB, I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it. No, It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anuk
Anouk
Mea
May
Smith.
Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa.
Pasaporte y visado así.
Given to me by my
Asiente.
employer.
Los que me
I
dio mi
can't
jefe
even
ni
use
siquiera
them.
puedo usarlos. Es
My
probable
employer
que mi
probably
jefe
leaked the
filtrase ese
name,
nombre
Maya
para
Smith, to
exponerlo.
hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
The wind rises, so do the hairs on your back. Somewhere west, small bubbles rise from a plastic ball floating in the water. Rusty, the color of oversteeped tea. Long, spindly arms are spinning the buoy around, turning it, inspecting it like a magic 8-ball, trying to find a way to snap it open.
Nothing is useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline. It's Katarzyna Alazie.
Could it mean Clausia is an allacronym for Katarzyna Alazie?
It was a sentimental thing. I wanted to be more me here, this time. So I used my nickname.
A nickname? Who gave you this nickname, Clausia?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
What?
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
Why is she so angry, then, if she's so sorry?
I did.
Very good, sire. She will never admit to it, but we can see that she didn't.
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair.
¿Qué, de verdad? Pensé que...
Please, no.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic.
Pero él dijo que no, que todavía faltaba.
Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
Cancela, cancela.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She knows something. She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby. She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is... sex?
Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Okay.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love
Decía estar
with me.
enamorada de mí. Incluso me propuso fugarme con ella cuando le dije que era una fugitiva, pero se comenzó a formar expectativas sobre nuestra relación.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her.
De haber sido tan amigable con ella bajo la mirada. Puede que nos besésemos, pero nada más.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it
Sí que
sounds
puede
like.
sonar excusa.
That's why I didn't want to tell you
Por eso no se lo
before.
quería decir antes. Levanta la mirada hasta
But
cruzar
she
con la tuya,
knew
pero ella
what had
sabía lo que
happened when I came
había
downstairs.
pasado. Wow. Sí, también parece un poco raro, ¿no? Que por lo general no está. Que sería de casualidad estaba ahí, ya ahí preparada, y hasta ahorita no la hemos vuelto a ver.
Somehow,
De alguna
she
forma
knew
supo
Lely
que
was
Lely
dead.
estaba muerto.
She
Ni
wasn't
siquiera estaba
surprised at all.
sorprendida. Cuando
When we came up here,
subimos
she was
aquí,
calm
ella
as
estaba en calma.
stone,
Lo
too.
limpió todo como si lo
She cleaned it
hubiera,
all
como si
up
lo
like
tuviera planeado.
she had a plan.
Entonces, sería
That
cuestión
is a
de revisar si
little
es que ella tiene esa arma.
People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
She came over one night.
Lo dejó claro una noche que vino a verme borracha. Dijo que haría de mi vida un infierno. Y había sufrido alguna que otra amenaza, así que sabía muy bien cuando alguien va en serio.
And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought
Es
it
una
had
profesional, debe
worked,
serlo. Visto cómo mantiene a los Hardys esa raya, intenté entablar una relación de amistad con ella. Muchas veces pensaba que había funcionado, pero mira a través de la ventana de su habitación.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales
Parte de ese miedo sigue en ella, exhala ásperamente.
What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
You've been through there, right? I saw you come out. It leads downstairs. She could have come to the roof through that, then made the shot right here, where I stand. It was dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Podría, pero no sé qué tan probable puede ser.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there.
Sí, no sé qué hacer. Podría intentar seguir amenazándola a ver si suelta algo más.
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Temporalmente.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
Something tells you, you will. She nods.
Okay.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
No sé qué pensar. Mi propia mente me juega en mi contra. Por favor, dime que no se me ha ido todavía. Un cigarrillo, quiero ir a hablar con el otro tipo. Este estado de pena te recuerda a tu propia habitación. Ahí están acá, han regresado.
Yes? What is it?
Again?
The man doesn't.
¿Qué más tengo? Ya tengo que ir a investigar esto. Voy a ir a hablar con el gordo. A ver si tiene algo para mí.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Ya, retórica. Guardar partida. Este es un quick save.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Bien, comienza con un pequeño cumplido y ve trabajándotelo desde ahí. Recuerda, esto es un negocio.
This is about business, remember?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
After all this mess, the broken seals, lying to you, come on.
An investment? What kind of investment?
Or you could not make this about corruption and go with something even wilder.
Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How much is your loyalty worth? But officer, I don't have that kind of money. There's got to be a more modest investment. 10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Abstracción. Cualquier cosa que me dé abstracción.
Oh, look. It's the cop
Igual
who
sigue
turned me into
siendo
a bad person.
3. Ya no creo que la vaya a hacer. Debí pensarlo antes, Charlie. Siguen 3. Si la fallas puedes reintentarlo.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hola, Wandering Man.
The unpromising race. This is the night. You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. You're back before the cargo container.
Guardamos la parte.
You're back before the cargo container. before the cargo container.
¡No!
Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Tiene que ser algo muy bueno, más vale que hay ser algo muy bueno.
Why are you even trying to open it? Before the cargo container. Despite the dirt,
A pesar de la suciedad y el lógico que te rodea, un rayo de luz surge en tu
beacon
interior.
of light emerges from deep within you. The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
Try again. Just like that, you hear a click.
What?
Then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
What the?
You can't be serious.
Yo también. Pienso igual. What the? What the?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital.
Al fondo del container se discierne la silueta de un hombre. Resulta difícil distinguir cualquier otra cosa, sin embargo siente cierta presencia abrumadora, la presencia del capital. Tal sensación provoca que todos los pelos de tu cuerpo se ericen como soldados a la espera de órdenes. Algo falla, la luz se refracta en torno a su rostro y sale despedida en una miríada de direcciones. Las leyes de la física no tienen poder aquí, se distorsionan, son poco más que un eco. Trata de visualizar las leyes físicas en funcionamiento. Acabará por provocarte un aneurisma. No pienses mucho en ello.
In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
En medio de la quietud imperante, solo alcanzas a mover la lengua que tropieza en tu boca mientras mascullas. Bienvenido, bienvenido. Pues no mucho a decir verdad. De hecho, me sorprende contar con compañía. No oyes sus palabras, pero de algún modo eres capaz de entender cada una de ellas. Es todo muy extraño. Una especie de zumbido se superpone a todo sonido. No sale voz alguna de la figura. Bien. Lo poco que se distingue de su figura resulta elegante. Viste un traje ligero de verano con zapatos de juego a juego como si viniera de una fiesta en un yate. ¿Quién eres? ¿Que quién soy? Vaya, hacía mucho tiempo que no me preguntaban tal cosa. Se aprecia auténtica sorpresa en su voz. Hoy en día no suelo hablar con mucha gente externa en mi círculo social. Mi nombre es Rostein Diodore, inversor dueño de mucho y ha sido figurante de las listas de las mayores fortunas. ¿Ustedes? Mi nombre es Rostein Diodore, inversor de...
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well.
Encantado de conocerle, Harry Dubois, dice con amabilidad. He de decir que el nombre le sienta como un guante.
Oh Lord, not this again. Oh, nothing. It seems that we've got this murder to solve.
Pero
and yet you
míralo,
go around
este
asking
también es
everyone
otro
about
misterio.
money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case? You say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Graz. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill.
Con la mayor de las prudencias, lo crea o no, no hace falta algo más que una pizca de habilidad para no derrochar toda una fortuna en barcos, malas elecciones y bienes inmobiliarios sin supervisar y gastar. El hombre exhala dejando escapar un silbido. He de decirle que ser rico es muy laborioso, al menos al principio. Se ha de trabajar muy duro porque todo es muy caro. Ya sabe, el incremento exponencial de los precios a estos niveles del capital. Aunque también es cierto que una vez alcanzada mi posición me resulta prácticamente imposible no generar capital. Tengo mis bienes tan diversificados que lo normal es que saque beneficios bajo cualquier circunstancia. Algunos de mis amigos de patrimonio capital mediocre me dicen, pero eso no le quita toda la diversión, y yo les respondo, no, la verdad. En efecto, la acumulación de capital es una recompensa per se. Eres un ladrón, la gente. Y es... ¿qué? ¿Injusto? Yo creo que es perfectamente justo. Es un tono casi imperceptiblemente menos agradable. Yo era un medialista, señor Dubois, tal y como usted, pero la verdad es que no existe ningún método objetivo por el que medir el valor de alguien más que el mercado. Deberíamos aceptarlo en vez de resistirnos a su avance. La mano que distribuye los recursos entre el hombre es invisible y cruel, pero es firme, constante, es justa.
is truly.
Lo es. A decir verdad, no tengo casi ninguna preocupación, asiente. Le da a uno mucho tiempo para enriquecerse espiritualmente. Hasta cierto punto sí, porque tener tal cantidad de dinero, pues no tienes que trabajar y puedes dedicarte a otras cosas.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
What do you mean?
Me quiere decir, su esencia parece reflejar cierta sorpresa. No sé cómo...
Are you talking about my
Se refiere a mi mandíbula.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
Se refiere a cierta una cosa.
It's a statistical thing. In essence, it says that
Es algo estadístico. En resumen, establece que cuando un individuo de nulo valor neto se reúne con un individuo de valor neto glorioso, algunas leyes de la física cesan de funcionar correctamente.
among other things,
Entre otras cosas, pero tranquilidad no es para tanto, tan solo soy...
No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
I see nothing of the sort.
No aprecio nada, lo único que veo es un hombre inusualmente bien vestido para lo que a uno se suele encontrar por Martínez en un container, lo cual he de admitir resulta extraño. Ah, él no puede verlo como yo lo estoy viendo.
Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container. Traveling.
¿Qué es admitido? Viajar es una manera fascinante de desplazarse, divertido, segura y me da mucho tiempo para pensar.
Lots of time to think.
Viajar de manera fascinante. Tiempo para pensar.
Let me now ask you.
Mira, permítame que le haga yo una pregunta a usted. ¿Dónde nos encontramos exactamente? Revachol.
I remember walking its streets as a teenager.
Había una bolera de mezcal de Amaris. Me pregunto si seguiré en pie.
I wonder if it's still there.
Es una pena que no pueda poner un pie fuera y explorar por mi cuenta. Ser poseedor de un patrimonio capital glorioso trae consigo ciertas desventajas. Una de ellas es el no poder salir a la calle sin que bandadas de individuos de patrimonio capital mediocre le pidan a uno dinero. Pero ¿hasta qué punto es eso real? Pero ¿por qué no los ayudas con tanto dinero que tienes? No creo que se ponga ningún problema. Entonces viajas metido en un contenedor de carga. Aquí es una genialidad. Además me otorga cobertura frente a la incesante descarga de publicidad agresiva a la que nos vemos sometidos los poseedores de un patrimonio capital glorioso.
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class.
Yates de lujo, sistemas de radio portátil de alta fidelidad, vestimenta resistente a la palidez y demás. Pasado un tiempo todo se vuelve bastante de clase media, un tanto burgués. Ah, entonces crees que ser rico no compensa todo el ajetreo. Entonces que suenan bien. Oh, claro, son cosas estupendas, pero una vez se alcanza cierto nivel de fortuna, tanto el tiempo como el espacio mental se convierten en asuntos mucho más importantes que los bienes materiales.
He speaks from the heart.
Habla desde el corazón. Tiene problemas muy distintos a los de un individuo de patrimonio capital mediocre como tú. Como por ejemplo, ni uno solo. Entonces, ¿crees que ser rico no ocupas?
What? No, I did not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
No he dicho eso, ser rico es fenomenal, pero no le diga a nadie que he dicho algo así, parece. Eres inversor, estás forrado, ¿verdad? ¿Me das algo de dinero?
Could you please stop asking? It does not reflect well on the RCM. And to be
Para serle sincero, no nos podemos permitir una imagen peor de la que ya tenemos. Pero que yo tampoco me puedo permitir unas pintas mejores de las que llevo ahora. Por eso necesito el dinero. Tienes razón, es muy poco profesional. Lo entiendo perfectamente. Por su apariencia diría que usted es un hombre inteligente. Como ya sabrán, los que poseemos un patrimonio capital glorioso no solemos llevar encima dinero en metálico. Sí, tiene sentido. Las inversiones y el efectivo no van de la mano. Creo que solo tengo monedas para la máquina de café. Tiene sentido. Oh, de ahí el efecto. Y todo lo que consigue sacar de son 3 reales.
Yes, I'm sure.
No.
You know, maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
Abstracción, ya se me fue el esto. Oye, he perdido mis puntos para siempre. Vete a la mierda. Vete a la aso.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, mierda. Guardar partida. No. Ya necesito abstracción. Ya lo cual ya tenía antes. Creo que si lo... Ojalá me hubiese metido a hablar de eso antes. Podría haberlo sacado. Pero si me vuelvo a fumar un porro, recupero lo que tenía. Vete a la...
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Dios. ¿Qué hago? Quiero recargar. Porque si utilizo esto ya no me va a acabar, ya no voy a tener posibilidad de arreglar alguno de estos que necesite después en el futuro. Aunque no estoy sacando de acá nada, solo he sacado un texto largo. Una conversación y 3 reales, nada más. Bien, ok, te muero. Así gasté uno en teatralidad, creo. ¡Ah! ¿Cómo lo perdí? Señor Dubois, se dice por Martínez que cierto agente de policía se ha reunido felizmente con su arma reglamentaria. Te gallo mojo, enhorabuena, amigo mío.
Congratulations, my friend.
A mí me gustan más los agentes de policía a la antigua usanza, con su arma. Se pueden hacer muchas más cosas como una que sin ella. Y bien, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle? Vaya, vaya, dejo escapar un silbido. Qué bellos son, Harry. Ni se imagina lo contento que estoy de que os hayáis reunido. Dígame, ¿fue difícil convencer hace una pausa y se frota la barbilla? La pasma. Sabía que se impondría. Conozco bien a mi policía favorito. Me alegra verle sano y armado de nuevo. Harry, ¿qué puedo hacer? Pensé que iba a tener un diálogo nuevo. Ya, esto. Haz que Titus delate su ubicación ya. Ya, y ahora tengo esto al final. Preguntarle a Clay cuando no esté este desgraciado. Tan pronto como pueda deshacerme de él, pues me deshago de él. Problemas, voy a necesitar los 3 puntos. hagamos eso. Porque... Ah, no. ¿Qué quería ver? Quería ver el mapa. Mapas en el tablón. Ah, ya, sí, ¿verdad? Tenía ahí algo ahí. Capa de policía. Capa de policía. ¿Dónde diablos es esto? Pero ya eso yo lo cogí, sí, recuerdo haberlo cogido. Yo hice Messer. Creo haberlo completado también. Gaston Martin. Sí, quedaba. Las que están en blanco se pueden reintentar. Yo no veo nada en blanco. Demonios, Charlie. Terrible bug. Puerta de container. Paseo marítimo al oeste. Eso debería estar. Si consideramos que el norte es para arriba, la pantalla de acá arriba, acá W, entonces el oeste debería estar totalmente a la izquierda.
Always my pleasure.
¿Es eso? Un martillo de metal y plástico se mece arriba y bajo entre los temblorosos juncos. Así de primeras parece basura, pero al mirar más de cerca... Eso de ahí señala el extraño objeto. Debe ser la boya de la que nos habló Class G, en la que escondió su pasaporte. Deberíamos echar un vistazo. Cosas ocultas, secretos, mentiras. Frío, aire, tendones. Rompieron las cuerdas sin mover la boya del sitio. Un poco más y estaría por ahí flotando, en mar abierto. Movides a través del agua sin dejar rastro. Vuelve a darte frío como de costumbre. Esplendor. Maldita sea, como es entero. Tenemos suerte que todavía siga aquí un poco más ebrio flotando. Vamos a ver. La boya no está sujeta a nada a las cuerdas que cuelgan del fondo. Han sido rasgadas, cortadas. Al sacarla del agua notas lo liviana que es. La boya no está sujeta a nada. Hay algo dentro chapoteando. Huele tal y como cabe esperar. Y una pizca de licor fuerte. En el plástico amarillento está escrito el número 11. No lleva mucho tiempo en el agua, pero ya está descolorida y pringada de lodo. Se mantiene cerrada a duras penas por un cerrojo cuyo metal luce frágil y agrietado.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well done.
Pues joder.
I have no idea.
No es relevancia sin más. Ya sabíamos lo que había, no voy.
Or think we do.
O creemos que lo sabemos. En cualquier caso tenemos un pequeño cabo suelto. Espero que no sea importante. Habrán sido los enemigos de Clash, lo que significa que está en peligro. No tengo ni idea. ¿Tienes alguna idea? Tendría que ver con los criptos. Hasta donde yo sea, los criptos no suelen mostrar interés por los pasaportes. Puedes preguntarle a la señorita lo que piensa más tarde si tienes tiempo. Aunque llegados a este punto resulta dudoso que te voy a contar mucho. Ya, la misión ha desaparecido. Tengo 3. La del arma. Preguntarle a Classy cuando no esté con el desgraciado de Kim. Y convencer a Titus de que me diga dónde está Ruby. Son 3. Recién son las 9. No sé en qué momento va a desaparecer la muchacha y probablemente ya no me pueda decir nada sobre porque este no para de seguirme y no tengo forma de decirle que me deje de seguir. O al menos cuando lo intento no parece que no.
Yes.
¿Por qué me sigue?
Excuse me. You have a distinctive way.
A moment.
Sí. ¿Podría dormir?
The bed is comfortable.
Ojalá que se vaya en algún momento. Guardar partida. Regresamos acá. Ya. Bueno, me quedo ahí. Nos vemos.